Dr. Ona, in the president's speech, he said, I have listened to you.
Yes.
Whether I got your vote or not, I have listened to you, and I returned to the White House a better president. I returned to the White House with a bigger picture. And he talked about borrowing from the American elections, borrowing from the American system of government, and applying it back here. If we have to apply this system of listening to the voters, I mean, okay, the elections, some believe that the elections before the race, the entire nation was divided into two, Obama, Romney. But at the end of the day, it was about the collegiate votes, 270 votes to victory. But how can we apply all of that to us here, to fast track, as I said, to fast track development, to fast track the entrenching of democracy?
Yeah. I think we still have to go to the first thing you pointed out about President Obama's speech. You know, in terms of America, he was talking about the American bonds. As Nigerians, I think we must also try to examine ourselves. You know, look at the Nigerian experiment. Try to see what are the bonds, what are those bonds that can make us move on, and then try to work towards them. He has, my colleague has said so much, and I think is talking in the right direction in terms of learning from America what is right and applying them there. If we have to do that, then we must start from the beginning. What should be our bond? And I think that from all the things we have been saying and doing in this country, we are particular about two things: unity, progress. So what are those things that will promote unity here? What are those things?
Should unity be based on party inclination or national inclination?
No, that is exactly what is happening in America. Unity is based on the American dream. Everybody aspires to achieve the American dream. Are you getting it? Even if you are coming from different angles, the American dream is central. That is the bond. That is the bond Obama was talking about. That is the bond we have not even defined there. We can define our bond, for instance, as unity, and those things are even in our coat of arms. Unity and progress, for instance. I will explain a little. We can be united. We should be united. But for what purpose? For progress. You know, when you combine the two, it makes meaning. We are Nigerians because we are people who are moving, who are doing things that others are doing. We cannot just be Nigerians for Nigeria's sake. Are you getting it? We are Nigerians because we are part of the world. Americans are Americans because America enables them to achieve their dreams. America enables them to be world people. America enables them to be their selves, to achieve their potentials. We must also be Nigerians because Nigeria is enabling us to achieve our potentials. So we can form our bond that way. We can make up our dream that way. And then when we do, it becomes easier for us to define so many other things. Look at the American election. Romney was coming from a different angle. Obama was coming from a different angle. But these were angles to the American dream. Are you getting it? So it is so easy for them after the election to collapse those angles. Because the whole angles were about the dream.
Is it possible to achieve the Nigerian dream without paying reference to the history, without paying reference to the dreams of those that put together Nigeria? Because when President Obama started, he said a constitution, a 224-year-old constitution. He began with a 200-year-old nation, a 224-year-old constitution. Exactly. He began by paying respect to history. To those that had gone. He paid respect to his wife, he paid respect to his campaign team, he paid respect to his opponent on the other side. So is it possible to achieve this Nigerian dream without...
That is exactly...
Okay, Dr. Mola.
Please, for me, there is no common dream yet. But what we can look at, I'll tell you right from the beginning, I'm a social democrat. And social democracy, it's the only ideology that has succeeded in delivering what I call welfareism. And what is welfareism? Welfareism means it is the responsibility of the state You know, that is the welfare of every citizen is the responsibility of the state. And social democracy evolved from socialism and then tapping a lot of things from capitalism and putting it all together to form an ideology. There are three key principles of social democracy: social justice, freedom, and solidarity. And if you look at it and you try to create the Nigerian dream, you look at the denominator. In a situation where you have so many people living below the poverty level, what is their dream? Their dream is 3 square meals, good health, education, employment, shelter, clothing. So the common dream for now is to get out of the poverty line. That is what 99.9% of Nigerians share in common. The middle class is completely eroded. You now have them up there, and then you have the lower class, the lowest rung of the people. Now, what I'm saying clearly is this: you have to bridge that gap quickly, as fast as possible. You know, you are having all these security issues because of poverty. And in a situation where 80% of the people are farmers and 80% of the total land mass remains uncultivated, we are not serious. If you travel from London, for instance, to Cambridge in England, you know, by train or by road, whichever way you want, you will not see any bush. All you see from London to Cambridge or even to Norwich will be farmland or animal husbandry, farmland. But travel, all you see about in Nigeria are the bushes, totally unplanned. And what I'm saying in effect is this: there is a common dream. Get out of poverty. By the time these issues are being addressed, then you can have what I can call collective transformation. And collective transformation can only come out of, you know, personal transformation.
When you say get out of poverty, can that be a common dream? As you said, there's a wide gap between the poverty and...
No, not a dream. It's even a dream in a way. There's a common challenge: get out of poverty. Now, when we're saying get out of poverty, we know the clear issues in Nigeria. This nation can afford to take care of every citizen, but cannot afford the greed of a few people. It is obvious. But the president is trying. For instance, we're talking about America. People don't just get up and abuse the American president anyhow. Though I may not believe in Vision 2020, out of all of what we are talking about here, I have my own take in this thing. I call it CAP, C-A-P, CAP. C stands for corruption, A for agriculture, P stands for power. These are things we can quickly look at. And then,
but can't Vision 2020 be a common dream? I mean, be
a
base to start a common dream.
Vision 2020 is close to the MDGs in terms of, you know, when you come up with such programs and then you are not... You remember Sanisu Lamido when he appeared before the Senate for his confirmation. He said, look, all these Vision 2020, 7-point agenda, etc. are too ambitious. So I am narrowing this thing down to CAP, corruption, A stands for agriculture, P for power. And in all of these things, I can say President Jonathan is trying, is doing his best. Corruption. Look at what has come out of Ribadu report. Already, the powers that be, they are trying to block him from implementing whatever Ribadu's committee recommended. Corruption in itself, it's a big fight. Reduction of corruption by at least 40% will make a lot of difference in Nigeria. My own suggestion is this: EFCC is trying, but EFCC can be decentralized in such a way that there will be an arm of EFCC fighting corruption in the military, fighting in the police, fighting in the civil service, so that we can face the war very well. Agriculture. Agriculture, one, you know, we've been fed by the peasant farmers. We must increase the productivity of the farmer so that we can be exporting food. First of all, solve our own food security problem in Nigeria, especially with the impeding famine that's coming next year. Increase the productivity of the peasant farmers by helping them out in so many ways: credit, advanced technical, you know, knowledge of farming, assist them. Then encourage private sector involvement in level mechanized farming.